Okay. Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel, E.D. Lewis Reviews. Before we get started, please hit that like, that subscribe button, and please leave a comment. And make sure when you hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you'll get notifications of my latest videos. Well, I know we are just over a week into April. Sorry, looking at the calendar over there. And I'm just now getting around to this video, my March wrap-up video. But, it's been hectic in my world, so, anyway. So, I do plan on having a review this month. I'm, probably on my next video be a review, and I will probably have at least another review. And I am also planning on announcing my TBR for, Half-A-Weenathon, which just got announced, the other day. I had to stop and think about that one. So I've already pretty much gotten all of mine figured out. I might end up combining two of the challenges that Spine Breakers. By the way, the Half-A-Weenathon is a creation of Spine Breakers, and do check out their channel. I will have a link to their channel down below. And I might be combining two of the challenges myself, but I'm not sure yet. I have like all but the last challenge. Something selected for each one, but I might combine it with another challenge. So I will be announcing my book, my reading selection for that. Sorry, straightening my books for no reason. Closer to Half-A-Weenathon, which is at the end of the month. So anyway, so let's get started with what I read during March. And some of these books and stories I had actually started a little early. Sorry, I forgot something. Forgot to pull up one on my tablet. I started in February and finished them in March, so anyway. I'm just waiting for my Kindle to load. Okay. We're good. We are golden. We are go for, business here. So, first off, let's start with this horror short story, which is in the collection, At the Mountains of Madness and Other Tales of Terror, by H.P. Lovecraft. The story is The Shunned House. This was the last story in actually this book that I had read, so I finally completed this one, and so it's a twist on the traditional haunted house story. Is about a man and his uncle, who, I'm looking at my notes, by the way. By the way, this story was published in 1937. So a man and his uncle investigate a house that has mysterious past of sickness and death. Excuse me, and a strange glowing fungus that's in the basement floor. Lots of weird stuff happens during it. I don't want to give too much away. It is one of H.P. Lovecraft's earliest novellas. So, short story novella. I don't know. To me, novellas are just short books. I consider them novels. So, I mean, this one might be more of a long short story. But do check it out, especially if you love H.P. Lovecraft and you love weird tales and really weird, spooky stories. So. The next one on my list is The Duke and I. It's the first book in the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. It is one of those smutty romance books. So, Daphne Bridgerton is struggling to find the perfect suitor to become her husband, while Simon Basset, the Duke of Hastings, is trying to avoid the ferocious mamas who are partying around their daughters in British society looking for husbands. The two meet and form a plan where they will form a false attachment to attract suitors to Daphne and to keep suitors away, and keep suitors, women for him to court away from him. But, sometimes love, kind of bypasses these little, best laid plans. So, it is also a Netflix series based off this book called Bridgerton, so do check out this book, especially if you love the show. If you're curious about the show or the book, check out the book either way. Again, I'm not telling too much about these because, it's more of a, I'm trying to get you to read them because, they are very good, so. Next, I'm not going to talk so much about this one. The next one on my list that I knocked out during last month is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the graphic novel. This is the adaptation by Gary Reed and illustrations by Fraser Irving, and it was a Puffins Classics graphic novel. If you know the story of Frankenstein, you know it very well. I am planning at some point to do a Frankenstein series videos, but so I'm not going to talk so much about the story, but I loved the illustrations in here. They were very, I think, reminiscent of the German Expressionist era, especially if you're familiar with that. And the 1931 film Frankenstein actually was quite inspired off it. I mean, look at these. They're simple, but I think they do the story very much justice. I've read the original novel, of course, and, I've read the graphic novel. And I got this while I was on vacation at the holidays season, so it was good. Oh, yeah, look at that one. That's definitely atmospheric with the rain. I don't know if you could see the rain. But, very dark, lots of shadow, lots of shading, kind of that contrast between, light and dark. So, highly recommend that. And I know there's other graphic novels out there. I've not read any of them of the Frankenstein variety, but this one I definitely check out. It doesn't have a lot of words on each page. I actually read this, in one night. And the next one I'm going to talk to you about, I also read in one night. So, and it was also children's related. But it's very, very well done. And it is very true to the story. So it doesn't deviate. It just kind of edits it down. So. Alright, the next one is The Witch Boy by Molly Ostertag. And it is a graphic novel. It was actually a gift. I think it was, I got it for my birthday, actually, last year. Because I saw the title, and I saw the cover, and the title reminded me of something. I can't tell you what, because it's in the works, and has been in the works for a few years now. It's just I have started working on other projects. So it's part of a project that I have still in the works, and hoping to get it finished this year. So, not going to tell you more about that, but that's kind of what drew me to this, and the cover is like, ooh, looks like werewolves and stuff, and, it's called The Witch Boy. Well, it's about, I don't know where I want to put the book. Here, I think it's just best over here. So, Aster lives in a community, kind of like a tribe in a way, that's kind of outside of the ordinary society. The girls in the community he lives in, they grow up, and they in their schooling they're taught magic and stuff, and so they grow up to become witches. Whereas the boys, they have the power of transformation. They grow up to be shapeshifters. But Aster has a secret of his own. He practices magic when nobody else is looking. And when his father returns, and it's time for many of the boys that are his age to meet their kind of their spirit animal, so they can start to transform and find out what kind of animal they're going to end up being, what kind of shapeshifter. A demon who has a vengeful tie to the community starts snatching up the boys. But it was very good. Like the illustrations are, very kid friendly and stuff. It's a young adult and, child-friendly graphic novel. It was very good. It was very short. I read it actually the same night that I had finished reading the Frankenstein one, so I picked it up right afterwards, so. But I highly recommend that one, too. I stopped saying when anything was published. Well, the Duke and I was published in 2000. The Frankenstein was published in... The graphic novel, I mean. Not the novel, Frankenstein. This is 2005. And The Witch Boy, more recent. Which this is part of a series. I just only have the first one in it. In 2017, so. Alright, we have 2 more. The next one I have done a review on, and please do check it out, and that is The Ghosts of Dark Hollow by R. Sinclair. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I already have a review on it. So, Hannah Gares is pulled into the investigation of why the ghosts of her small town, Dark Hollow, are becoming flesh and attacking the residents, and how it all ties together to this creepy, the local creepy old mansion called Blackshire Manor. So that is kind of that. Like I said, I've already done a review on it, so I don't want to touch too much on it, but I highly recommend it. It's the first in the Dark Hollows Chronicles. It's very good, and the author, R. Sinclair, is an indie author, and she's also a booktuber, Regina's Haunted Library. So do check her out too. And the last one I have on here is Wuthering Heights, which I've also done a review on. That was the last review I did by Emily Brontë. Oh, by the way, Dark Hollow publication date is 2018. Wuthering Heights was published in 1847 by Emily Brontë under a different name. The author name, not the book name. But this is, that classic period romance about, Heathcliff and Cathy Earnshaw and their tragic tale of romance and revenge. And like I said, I had done a review on it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I did forget to say some things on my review, which I will put the links to my reviews of these 2 books down below in the description. I did forget to mention, and it's ironic that I'm doing this video now and talking about it now, that this was also the basis for the plot line, for one of the last plot lines in Dark Shadows, which just ended 50 years ago, earlier this week, I do believe. Well, not necessarily this week, it was the 2nd. So what day was that? Let's not worry about it. So because they use this story as one of the main basis for the storyline. It was, so like the characters of Bramwell Collins, if you're familiar with Dark Shadows, was Heathcliff. Was the Heathcliff character. The story is, of course, changed, but it was the basis for it because there is that romance between kind of the forbidden romance where she's supposed to be marrying someone else named Morgan Collins, and her name is Catherine, by the way, Catherine Herridge, who's played by Laura Parker, the one who played Angelique in the series, and Bramwell's being played by the one who played Barnabas, Jonathan Fred. So, which Laura Parker's character, Catherine, of course, keeps the same first name as the character in this book, Catherine Earnshaw, except for it's Catherine Herridge. And there is the, going away and coming back a rich man and, wanting revenge. There's, the whole revenge thing, and there's, she's in love with this man, should she follow her heart? It's that kind of thing going on. So that was, the last storyline used in Dark Shadows, so they based off Wuthering Heights. well, that is my March wrap-up video, and I've already kind of given you a little bit of a preview of what's come this month with Half-A-Ween-a-thon. I'll be talking more about that when I do my Half-A-Ween-a-thon TBR announcement. And also, I will be starting one of my video series this month, so stay tuned for that. And without much further ado, let's go ahead and call this video good, and I will see you next time right here on E.D. Lewis Reviews. So, bye-bye.